How
Hey, it's been a while.
you doing?
I don't, not great.
Anything you want to talk about on here or not? That doesn't matter.
We've got loads to get through.
Yeah.
Like we have
Can we ask what your flag is to start with?
Somalia.
Right.
I done it. I'll tell you fast. It was an art thing I done about 7 years ago when
Right.
Trump got elected the last time. He banned people from traveling from like a bunch of countries.
Aye.
Somalia was one of them, and I put all the flags up, and I got kicked out of my apartment and for that, I think.
Wow.
And people slow. There was a North Korea one and there was a Yemen one, and they got stolen. People went crazy about it because it was quite. My flat was just as you drive into the town, you know.
Yeah.
But I thought it was quite a nice piece of public art.
It was brilliant. Piece of public art. I'm with you all the way.
Got some photographs of it. Anyway, people seem to care more about that than they do about. I mean, it's really safe to get upset about Trump, but it's not safe to get upset about babies being shot in the head, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of people upset about that, but
Well, it's
there's two different tiers to it.
Well, not really. I mean,
The
what you
public.
see, everybody like I always go back to my personal family and examples, but they're all going on about Ukraine and putting the flags up everywhere. Charity events, helping charity, everybody. It was unanimous, help Ukraine. I mean, look at that now. What were they doing? That was being
Like,
brainwashed.
no, don't give us the Russell Brand thing.
Well,
Don't
nah,
give us the Joe Rogan, Russell Brand, Elon Musk about Russia were within their rights.
no, I didn't
No,
say
they
that. I
weren't.
just said people were wanting to help Ukraine, but what is the difference? Why they want to help Ukraine and not help?
Oh no, no, I agree with you there. I agree with
I
you
mean,
there.
and
But
I
the
agree
thing
with
about
you as
it is,
well
everybody.
regarding all that the macho whatever it is. But I mean, if it wasn't for, I mean, the mainstream media. Sorry, I'm going to stop talking in a minute. But I'll just to back myself up. What happened in
Yes,
Ajax in Amsterdam a few days ago? The way that was portrayed was like an anti-Semitic program
I
against
know.
these people, but that's not what happened. They flew these people in, all IDF soldiers, to cause trouble and shout "kill Arabs."
Yeah, well, they certainly flew them back, but I don't know. Like, I mean, but they've got a notorious reputation anyway. But it was appalling the way that was reported. It was appalling the way that that's been reported.
They shouldn't be playing anyway. And then when they're playing, they usually play behind closed doors anyway. What was going
No,
on?
no, they don't. They don't really.
It's crazy
They
that it's not
don't.
playing at all.
They don't. It was ridiculous the way that was reported.
Yeah. How
It's
have you
just,
been anyway? You're like you're never off. I can't keep up with all your online activities. I've seen the Merrill one, but then I've missed a
oh
few.
yeah,
Keep up. Merrill one was great.
oh, Meryl was great. Meryl was great. She had some funny stories, didn't she?
The best ones we didn't hear probably, but anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I couldn't hear them all, but like, just when you think about how it would be to be a woman in that. I mean, I was just saying to Sarah. I know you say you shouldn't get so annoyed about Trump, but breaking my heart in the sense of Gen Z, 18 to 29-year-olds broke for Trump. The men, 54%, but the women, even 44% of women that voted between the ages 18 and 29 voted for Trump. How can that be?
But it's because they're just reacting to what's going on. So it's just anything but what's been going on for the past 4 years. I'm not standing up for Trump. I'm as left wing as anybody, and I'm not. But I mean, when he was in power, it was nobody got. It was he did stop wars and he didn't kill any innocent civilians. Obama killed a lot more. And it's weird that on the surface you think, oh, Obama's great. He talks brilliantly and he's a brilliant. But then when you look at the figures, you just threw some statistics at me there. You know, we'll throw them back at you. Trump didn't kill anybody, and he
But
stopped
it's
the
just
war.
the way it was. It didn't stop any wars. It was just that's what happens in geopolitics. Do you think any of these things wouldn't have happened if Trump had been in power?
He let's see. I mean, didn't he didn't drone anybody to death. He didn't. There was
He recognised Jerusalem as the
That's the worst. That's disgusting.
Israeli capital.
I'm really scared because I think he's just going to give a blank. Apparently, he's given a blank check and he can do what he
Yeah,
likes.
there'll be no Palestinians left. That's the end of it. He doesn't talk about two-state solution. Whatever you say about Harris, and it's ridiculous that they're so kowtowed to the Israeli lobby. But she talked about a two-state solution constantly. Trump doesn't talk about a two-state solution.
It's
He
crazy.
doesn't care. As far as he's concerned, the Palestine, whatever remnants there are left, should be just wiped off the face of the map and just make it an Israel. That's
Yeah, it's
fine.
all business to him. He's just a bit. It's just a business deal. So whatever makes the most sense to America, business wise, that's what we do. He doesn't care about
Yeah,
the.
so he can stop. I suppose if you got rid of them, you might think you can turn off the tap, the the, the 10 billion a year tap or whatever, 33 billion a year or whatever. Like
Uh,
they give more aid. Israel's in the receipt of more aid than any other country in the world.
well, it's
It's
crazy
propped
because
up.
they've
It's
got
artificially
Kennedy.
propped up.
Kennedy. I mean,
It
he's
is
got.
just an Kennedy.
Yeah, isn't Robert Kennedy? And there's a few people that.
He's a complete idiot.
Is he really?
Oh, he's vax stuff and all that. Oh, he's anti-vax stuff. I mean, I'm anti big pharma and all that, but some of the things but no vaccination safe. He said things like polio and all that. Why do you think they're trying to vaccinate the people in Gaza right now? Because of all the diseases.
Yeah, they're not letting them
Because
in.
I know they bombed them when they were queuing up to get
What
their
they're talking
second
about this week
dose.
is all these doctors that were there have got these X-rays of babies being shot in the head, not once but twice.
You know, did you see that? That was like, but there was some claims that couldn't be because of the way the bullets have lodged. It's not they're no proper X-rays.
Yeah, I didn't even want to talk about Trump.
Oh, sorry, right? No, no, no.
Didn't he? I brought you remember that song Elephants in Step, right?
Yeah.
Can you remember it? You explained to me what it meant, and I forget what does Elephants in Step mean?
Oh, it means it's a synonym for, you'd call somebody the bee's knees.
Hmm.
You're the bee's knees because bees don't have knees. So you're a one-off. You're the
Okay.
elephant's instep. Elephants don't have an instep, so it's another way of saying you're the bee's knees. But I just didn't want to say you're the bee's knees.
Bees
It
knees, I
was,
always thought, oh, you're great, you're brilliant, but it actually means you're like unique, which is different.
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
So because
That's your
people say you're the
brilliance.
bee, so it's not really used the proper way. Because most people would say you're the bee's knees is to mean you're really good, but it doesn't. It
Aye,
means you're one off. That's great.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bees don't have knees. That's funny.
And I don't think elephants have got insteps.
No, because their feet are flat, right? It's just like a flat.
What is an instep? Is it
That's the bit that goes up in your foot,
all
like
right? Your arch.
that bit there.
Oh,
Oh, dirty feet.
that was.
Right. So can you
But
remember?
I wouldn't be able to remember all the words because there's a lot of words in it.
I'll help you
I
right.
swear to God. Right, I'll listen to it and we can do it next week or something, right? Because I'd need to tune up. I'd need to practice as well.
Okay, okay, then what about the Patriot game? Can you sing that?
I don't know what the lyric.
We'll do, we'll
I
do
know quite a
songs.
few of them.
We'll do
I
songs the
know.
next time. It was just because of the flag they had, the Green Brigade.
Aye,
You were at the match, right? Because
I was. Aye.
a lot happened, a lot of matches. Anyway, I still think the Green Brigade are more entertaining than the team, but that's another story. What? Who was the? I recognised all the players apart from the second one. So I got McNeil, I got Larson, Nakamura. I got the first. Who were the first two players in that flag? You remember?
All
No.
right. Can I look at that again? Have you got it
So
there? Can you hold
such a
it up?
nice
No.
flag. No, I don't have it. But
The drawing of the wee guy was amazing.
and then I was like, I didn't remember. Then I
Did you
remember the
see they
song, and then
did
I
it?
checked out the song. The song's brilliant.
Did you see instead of NTL? Do you see they had they changed? NTL used to be Celtic sponsors during the Larson years,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
seeing
yeah.
Larson's strip, it says uh, UTLR
UTLR. What could that mean?
until the last rebel.
Oh,
That's the
brilliant.
yeah, yeah. So if you look closely at it, it's UTLR and
I'm
and
sure.
Larson's strip.
there must be some kind of negotiation between them and the management and the Celtic official club because the way they just dropped the pyro, they just dropped it, and then the way that came out, it's still they're still getting their rebel stuff in, but it's like on this, it's like it looks good, you know. So there
It
must be
does.
some kind of dialogue.
They're supposed to. I think they are supposed to clear them because remember, because they
Yeah,
didn't clear the Palestinian flags, and then they put them all down that day.
right. Were you sitting above them, aye? Were you up there?
We sat above them, kind of thing. You ever sat in Raymond's seats?
So that's one of the things that's really getting me down, but there's no point on about it here, but it's not good. So no, I haven't, but I'll keep trying because I want to come over in a few weeks with Ugo and maybe I can arrange that with you, but we'll do that another
Yeah,
time. But you were there with who? With Raymond, eh?
Raymond, aye. They're a right nutter sit beside us, but they stand. We had to stand the whole game. There's two guys standing in front of you, and you say there was a wee guy, wasn't a normal guy that
You
came,
can they afford tickets?
and he was just it was just big Billy Bunter guy with his quarter bottle. Everybody's got a quarter bottle of Buckfast or a half bottle. What size is that? You know the square ones. Is that a quarter bottle or a half bottle?
This is a full one. The half bottle,
Right.
this is £2 here. I think it costs a tenner at home. Don't know why. But yeah, so really, I just don't understand. I suppose all these people that they must spend all their money on Celtic.
That's what I asked somebody because I said, "How is this?" Because
It's
see when you
50
see
quid
it
in it. Much is a ticket?
for the other night, aye, 46 quid.
How much is a ticket for Evan Dando? I'm going to jump all over the place.
It was 22.
So it's about half price for a gig, but the gig
Uh,
lasts about an hour. I suppose it's about the same.
about an hour and a half. The support there was two support bands, two support acts, two women. I missed the first one, but the second one she was brilliant. She was brilliant. Uh,
I'm keeping up online. It looks so good. I wish I'd flown over to Valencia. I wanted to talk about that as well because
I
he
wish
looks
you'd
like
come
he's
over to Glasgow because we two free tickets. One of them we couldn't get ready.
yeah, should have, but it's
You would
not
have got
easy
a free
to get to
ticket.
Glasgow from here. It's easier to
I
get to
know.
places
That's what
like
I'm.
Belgium.
I know.
So thinking about going to Sofia just because it's 20 quid. There's some tickets and I want to get away. And
Is
but
Ugo? Is it? Is it Ugo's week? His mum.
yeah, but I didn't go anywhere. I never do. I always think about it and then I end up staying here. It's easy, you know.
Uh,
And what you said is so Billy Bunter was annoying, so you have to stand up behind him because what is he just
yeah.
shouting, singing, and
No, he stands. So, no, but it wasn't even so much me. There was a wee guy that was there. Obviously, his dad had taken him for a treat,
uh-huh.
and I said, I feel really bad for you because he was just sitting down. And I said, you know, we just need to, we can't beat them, we need to join them. And I said to him, come on, this wee guy, you know, it was one of his first, you know what I mean, or one of his rare games that he's obviously saved up for getting these tickets. And that Billy Bunter and his Buckfast, Billy Bunter and his Buckfast, there's the there's the children's book they never wrote. Billy Bunter and his Buckfast bottle. We should write a song about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would just move. I think is it, but it's not easy. I mean, it's not like it was. I remember squeezing in and all that. You can't do any of that stuff. Can you
No,
move around at all?
no, because
They
everybody
reckon.
else has got their seat, don't they?
But it looks like the Green Brigade, they all just pack in. Like they come from everywhere else and pack in,
Aye,
but
they do that, but nowhere else.
they do that and they get no one, they can't go inside them and nah, they don't check them.
And they did it at Hampden last week as well. They do it.
Yeah. With the
Yeah,
boys
and
and stuff.
I see they do it because it's Pittodrie's a sellout, right? But
Uh,
see where their ultra section is, you can see it's like how come you think how come it's empty round about them, but it's only empty because they've all shoved
all
in.
squeeze in and they can't do
Yeah,
anything about it.
yeah,
Suppose people power.
because that's how they do all that kind of. You know, they do they're all kind of shoulder to shoulder and they're kind of swaying and all that. That's how
Uh-huh.
they do all those things.
I mean,
Ultras.
it is brilliant.
That is quite.
I mean,
It's very male,
there's
but
so many
it's
things. I
very
want
male. That's what I struggle with. It's really so male, so
to.
kind of masculinity, toxic masculinity to an extent.
It is just a way to forget about reality, but I mean, it's not really about the football or anything. It's
No,
just that it's like the opium of the masses, like Orwell said. It's just like to take your mind off the
you
shit
can't
of your
blame people.
life. What?
You can't blame people for that right
No
now as
way.
well.
And I
That's
mean,
what that's what I was thinking. The purity of see those moments, see when they're scoring the goals and all that. See the purity of it.
uh-huh.
It remains as pure as it ever has. and
I mean, I
seeing
was
you like,
watching it here alone, and I usually go to the bar, but it's all closed now. Everything's closed, and I did. I think the response was a bit over the top. I mean, Red Bull, they have 4 or 5 players out, right? They're not. It's not Liverpool or it's not like Man United. I don't know how good they are. I mean, you tell me, how much is their team worth? I mean, one of their players worth the whole of the Celtic team. Is that right? No, it's not quite.
no, it's not quite in that kind of bracket. It's not quite in that kind of bracket. And I know they're second in Germany now, but I don't know if they'll finish second.
I think Atalanta were a much better team.
That's what Coram was saying. He says, much as I thought Celtic played really well, said they were rotten.
There you go. Now that you're the first person to say that. Everybody's like, oh,
Coram,
that's
Cor,
amazing. But wait a minute, calm down once again.
yeah, but the problem, I suppose, but the thing about it is, Celtic have played teams that haven't been great of that standing, and they've lost to them.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
very fact now,
That's a slight difference here.
that's a slight difference. Celtic can actually reach a level where if they're not on it, then Celtic can punish them. It used to be these other teams didn't even need to be on it,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of top five nation teams.
Mm-hmm. And they were going
But
about team performance, but it wasn't. It was Kuhn. Kuhn was brilliant. He was, and that goal was when it flew. It didn't look like it was going in. It just ducked. It was
yeah,
amazing every time I see that
somebody
goal.
tried to claim he didn't mean it. He
So,
did mean it, didn't he?
so who said he didn't mean it?
I saw that was going to gain traction.
Beautiful. You think it was? It wasn't a cross. It looked like it was flying out and it just ducked in.
I know.
I hope that's. I'm pretty sure he meant.
He meant it. I know. That's what I was thinking. No, but I was thinking, why are we getting told that they didn't mean it? I'm going to. I'm not around for. When I go, I need to go, kind of thing, because I'm going to a
Okay.
remembrance thing. We're putting down a. I'm selling white poppies this afternoon in town. We'll see what kind of reaction I get to some of that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
let's
with the Scottish
lean
Peace
into some
Movement.
silence here for that, man.
Yeah.
Is it a Catholic thing or a peace thing
No,
or
no, no. It's a peace thing. It's just old people. It's funny that young folk just don't seem to care about these kind of things. It's all folk in their
I thought the
70s.
poppy thing was over, isn't it? In the fifth.
No, Remembrance Sundays to Monday. Remembrance Day is Monday.
I had a joke about poppies, but I'm not going to say it. But it just brings me back to Valencia and the minute silence
Yeah.
in Valencia. And, who shouted it was so clear and so loud at the end, and it was really nice. And it almost made me cry. Just the guy shouting "Free Palestine." I know you might be against it, but I think it meant a lot. I don't. Did you hear it from where you were
Oh,
sitting?
aye, aye, aye. No,
And was it?
I was in the stadium.
And
I was
what part of the stadium
running
did
up
it
to.
come from?
It was up towards the North Stand, the kind of
Right.
Celtic end North Stand,
And
that corner.
obviously,
It was
maybe
funny. It
somebody
wasn't from any of the ultras groups.
somebody ducked down maybe and shouted. I mean, you got away with it, whoever it was. And what are your feelings about it?
I think if you're trying to do a silence, it should be a silence.
Right. Okay.
You're
I mean,
conflating,
yeah, it's
conflating
the
two
same as
different.
this kick out racism and all this football stuff on the surface. They don't really mean it. They don't really care about people in Valencia. I mean, what happened in Valencia was another thing to do with people having too many SUV cars. That's what it was. It was the cars that caused the problem, I think. But it's not come out yet. I mean, who knows how? Because the stories are. Did you see the king getting mud thrown at him?
Aye, aye, aye. That's great.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the way. You guys seem to have kind of got yourselves in order, but do you see that those Maccabi fans weren't respecting it because Spain's cut off kind of diplomatic ties with Israel or whatever.
Well, Spain's better than Morocco, which is crazy, right? Because Morocco lets the boats stop, and Spain sends the boats away, and the boats are going to bring whatever it is to
They're going to
where
Egypt, man. Egypt's letting them through. They must be paying off
Turkey
Egypt
is
some rotten.
playing the two sides as well. Turkey's supplying all the ammunition, and on the surface saying, "Oh, we're against it," because the country, everybody in Turkey, they're like, "What's going on?" But the government have got all this business going on.
Yeah, and it's like America's support allows them to like flex their muscle with that, and Saudi Arabia's kind of they've kind of tried to they've established relations with Palestinians for the first time in years, but again they're playing both sides.
But what he's saying is true. I mean, there's not many left. I mean, if it goes on for another year, they'll all be dead. I'm worried about West Bank because that's what I mean,
Ugh.
what I've been and that's what I've seen. And yes, it must be really, I don't know. I can't even think about it. I mean, it's physically, mentally, I don't know why nobody else, I'm really affected by it. I'm not joking either. It's just like, fuck.
No, Sarah's mum and dad have just been here and they talked about nothing else.
Hmm. I
I
suppose
think it
people
is. But
like
I mean, but
protect
we've
themselves.
watched it. We're watching a genocide
It's a
live,
one-off, and
and
it's
no,
all
nobody's
those
doing anything
films
about
about
it.
Schindler's List,
44% of the,
Sophie's Choice, all these films. This is kind of worse because it's 100 years. I know we're not talking about the figures or anything, but it's still like a tribe, a nation, a group of people being killed
I don't know,
brutally.
it's 70% of the people that have been killed, women and children as well. There's no that there percentages like that.
Yeah. And I know that you go to concerts and you have to continue with your job and your podcast and all that, but and it's easy for me to say because I don't have any of this sort of responsibility, but even with my biggest thing in my life is my relationship with Hugo, and it's a big part of it. And talking to him about it all the time, and we talk about it every day. And I don't know if it should be like that or not, but it's easy to say, you're going on about Valencia, you don't care about genocide and being a hypocrite, but it's what's going on is not complicated, but how you react to it and how that's kind of the complicated part.
Yeah, and it's like we all acknowledge like, all these things. We're all at one with all these things, but and it's this as clear as anything about where the rights and wrongs and where sympathy should lie, and yet people have inverted it, people have twisted it, people have tried to suggest otherwise.
It's just the perfect example is what happened in Amsterdam, you know?
Yeah, that's it.
Anti-Semitism, that's what was it?
That's it. That's it in microcosm.
Give me a break, man.
I know.
The Palestinians are Semitic. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you talking about?
And there's seven. I read that as well. There's 70 per like there's hardly any uh, people with a Semitic bloodline in the Israeli side. All the Semitic people are Palestinians
It's the same,
because
it's
it's
not
like,
the same, but in Ireland, it was like Protestants and Catholics were both fighting for the Nash for Ireland. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it was take
yeah,
and Protestant as well, right?
yeah. Wolf Tone was a Protestant. British state murdered him.
I don't know. It's been a few months since we've done it. I don't know, but next time we'll do music, right? Because
Yeah,
I want to sing some songs. I would like to
because
try.
I do know I can sing that one. Patriot game.
I'm big game.
Come home,
Whatever.
ye
I was
young
like,
rebel. Did you listen to my one with Ken McCluskey? Did you watch one with Ken McCluskey?
no way. Did you really? Because I was talking to David about doing one.
All right, because Ken talks about how when they spoke to Dominic Bean and all that, and they said, "Is it okay to change the words and everything?" So they changed the last verse.
You done a Celtic Underground with Kevin McCuskey?
Yeah,
Oh, neat.
yeah.
Is it video?
It was video when we did it. Aye,
It's always much better. Yeah, I would tell you. I mean, you're not getting many. You're getting more views than me, but it's low and video is much better. But how does that sustain itself? Are you just doing it for free at the moment? Or?
no, I don't want to like divulge
Okay,
kind of
okay, but
commercial
it's just
things, but I'll tell you after.
the viewing figures are like
But
low.
but 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 we that's not how we get our viewing figures. It's like we've got subscribers who get it delivered to
All right. Did you see the
their
permanent
email.
information thing? Two hundred
What?
thousand views, man. You didn't see it yet? They done a
No,
firm thing. I got interviewed on it. You should watch it.
right?
You haven't seen it?
What is it then?
I it's the send off. It's the three each game before the build up to the three
Oh,
each.
sorry, you sent me. I sent that. Right, I didn't know that was called Department Information.
It's out now and it's got hundreds of thousands of views, man.
Right. I didn't know that they put podcasts on YouTube.
That's not really, that's a documentary.
Yeah.
But I
No, I'm
mean,
saying, but I didn't know you would be able to
uh,
watch your things on YouTube at all.
all the big ones are. But I mean, this is another thing that you dismiss, but I think it's very important. These things, like one of the reasons that Trump got in was because he done them all, and they're 2 or 3 hours long. And Kamala Harris could not talk for 2 or 3 hours because she'd be found out. And you
But
get to find out after 2 or 3 hours, and you just find out that he's a raving lunatic, but he's compos mentis somehow. I mean, you could say
I
he's
suppose folk people just like that's what the guy was saying. That was the canvasser for. It was the phone banking guy for Harris. Said you just have to accept people like to hear Trump talk because he's madness. He's kind of because
I'd
he
like to
doesn't take
see,
it too seriously. Almost
could
it's
Starmer do
crazy.
a 2 or 3 hour conversation? I don't think so. He'd get found out as well.
But Trump doesn't have any economic policy. Doesn't have any coherent economic policy.
But he does
Doesn't have
have an
any.
opinion on everything. I'm not standing, I don't want to talk about him. God, it's, we'll just see. I mean, the last time everybody was worried about the end of the world and nuclear war and all that, and the 4 years went past without, I mean, I don't know, apparently he done great for the economy. I don't know anything about it, but apparently what happened when he was in, I don't know, I can't remember because I want to do a whole 20 minutes just talking to you about, sorry, about the COVID season, right, of Glasgow Celtic. And I want to go into detail on it
Yeah,
because that was weird. That whole season was weird. We
it
should
was
never
really
have
weird.
lost.
It was really weird.
And there was a lot of empty games. There was a lot of refereeing decisions I'd like to talk about. I don't want to get any conspiracy, but the whole thing's weird, man. That was a big. Imagine you
Rangers
won that
sent away their
game.
test to Belfast. They used a testing centre in Belfast.
One of the things that happened, one of the Celtic players went to see his girlfriend in Spain,
Yeah,
and Neil Lennon obviously was out of his depth because he couldn't deal with it. He couldn't manage it because it was new. It was a new thing, and he didn't. He
but
was.
it was hard for anybody because there was like players were coming, new players were coming, like Barkas. And these guys weren't bad players. He's proved it since,
Yeah.
but he just couldn't settle because he saw people at training. They never even, they wouldn't even go for lunch. There wasn't any assimilation of new players, so you had to go back to your house and then be in your house for 22 hours a day.
And they say that Rangers played better without the fans and Celtic played worse. That's probably
Oh,
true.
I think that it was true. When you think about it, Rangers' second last game before COVID, they lost at home to Hamilton, right? And then when the fans come back, their second game of the season when the fans were back, they
Hmm.
lost away to Dundee United, and in between they never lost at all the whole COVID season in the
How,
league.
many points did they win by? 10? Was it more than 10?
It was 25, wasn't it?
Jesus, 5 games. It's a big difference. So it's 5 games. Okay, it wasn't that close.
No, it
Wow.
was a close. Not three.
Five
No,
doesn't win five.
that's 8 games. It's
That's
about 8 games.
so it wasn't
They got
even
100. That's the only time they got that kind of points total.
that was April, and they must have won it by April or something, yeah.
They did, aye. They did.
I'd like
Celtic
to
got
I'd like to go through that whole season and have a look at what happened.
Yeah, it was. We've done a podcast about it.
Yeah, I think I've
It
seen a
would
bit
go.
of it.
Yeah, it'll be out. It's out week by week. We're doing
Okay,
the
so
whole.
you're going to do that. Okay, maybe I
So
should
we
check
do the
that out.
10 because that was the 10th season. So we did the nine in a row, second nine in a row. So then we thought, well, we'll have to do the 10th season about how it all ends, how it all ends in miserable fashion, bizarre,
Yeah.
miserable fashion.
It'd be interesting just to see how the restrictions came in. The fans were allowed in. They weren't allowed in.
Yeah,
It went backwards and forwards a little bit.
it did. Aye. Well, that was the next season. They had a point where I'm done. I'm just trying to look at the effects of the COVID pandemic. They were huge. Yeah, they won it by 25 points. Rangers got 102 points. Celtic got 77 points.
Crazy, man.
They didn't allow Rangers won 32 and drew 6. Celtic won 22, drew 11, and lost 5.
Were the journalists allowed in
We were at all the games.
with like seats
It-
between you and all that?
yeah, it was freezing. It was
Uh,
freezing. People talk about masks. It was actually quite good wearing a mask when it got really winter
keep
because it
you
kept
warm.
your face a bit warm.
That's all it's going to do, man.
People used to say mine's looked like a pair of pants because I had a kind of white linen one,
Nice.
and it wasn't one of those wee blue things, it was a big white thing. It was like the guys that wear it sometimes when they're drilling and all that, that one more like one of them. But it was a weird experience.
I hardly wore one, but I had a bag, two bin bags full of them. I just got more and more masks. I mean, I had to take the school stuff, but I was, yeah. I'm not saying I was a, whatever it was, denier or against. I was just like, I don't believe anything they tell you, the media. I mean, it's been proven to be, why,
That's what.
why do what they tell you? Why do what Big Pharma tells you? Why do what the government tells you? They're always, they're, they've never got your best interests at heart. Never. None of these people.
But that's therein lies. That's why Trump works.
Yeah, yeah,
Because it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're not supposed to believe in anything he says. He doesn't believe himself.
No,
He
he's
says what
yeah, he doesn't.
he says whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The people do believe him. Bizarrely, they always going about how we don't believe the government and all that. Unless it's Trump. What does how does that make any sense? You either
But
don't
those
believe any of these
text
people.
messages. Did you hear that? Go and pick cotton. Sent out to all the black people in America. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's scary, man. Because that makes me think of the pagers in Lebanon as well. It's like the next big thing. What if the bad people get hold of that? I mean, not bad or good, but I mean that could be. I mean, if you can put into your
I
phone a
know.
bomb, that means you can kill anybody.
Yep.
And I don't know
But
how.
but the Israelis had done that years before.
Really?
Aye, they'd been working on that for years.
That's scary.
Mossad, they are scary.
They didn't care about the women or the kids, people on trains, people driving cars. I mean, that was, and the media don't really
That's a war crime, by the way. That is straight out war crime. You can't do that
to
because
add
it's so
to the
indiscriminate.
endless list of thousands of other ones.
Yeah,
But that, I mean, it's just that's like scary techno sci-fi
I
because
know.
everybody's got his devices. Even like my son, he's got his laptop now in school. He's got his mom gave him a phone, and he wants to do PlayStation. So he's got four or five devices.
Yeah, same as Corin.
And I'm like, what? These things, man.
Yeah. How's that going, by the way? How's in quartering again and then no?
No, no, not at the moment. Yeah, I mean, the next thing will be probably when he decides where to stay. That'll be coming up soon. So I'm a bit worried about
All right.
that.
It's
He can.
hard to kind of break through the kind of mother son
Oh
relationship.
yeah, he's great. He's really lucky, man. It's nothing to do with me or his mom. He's just brilliant.
Oh no, 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 no. I know, I know. No, I don't
It's
mean like that,
something
but
it is something to do with you, fuck's sake. I know.
I always think all the problems my Wayne's that anything that's no good about them is me. Anything that's good about them is Sarah.
No, I mean the thing is that kids have got their own thing as well, nothing to do with the parents. I think kids are just born with a personality as well, right? Somehow.
I think so. This whole nature nurture thing, I think there's a lot of nature.
Yeah, I mean some kids are just the way they are. It's weird. Well, I think we're both lucky. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Can you answer?
No,
Can I know there's like 10 minutes, there's like 5 minutes left, so just don't think,
right.
right? Don't think, right? Just tell me your favorite song. Are you thinking? Come on, first
I
song.
don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. What's my favourite song?
What's the first song that comes to your mind?
I was thinking The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, The
Right,
Smiths,
okay. Favorite movie?
uh, Spinal Tap,
Book?
As I Lay Dying,
Who's that by? I
William Faulkner.
don't know that one. I'll
That
need
was
to
the one that really blew me away.
Okay, I'll need to steal that next time up at your house.
Yeah, yeah. It's a multi kind of point of view book. So it's got about 11 different narrators. Every chapter's narrated for a
All
different
right,
point of view.
as I lay dying. That sounds interesting. Okay,
It's great.
okay. Who's it by Faulkner? Is he English?
Yeah. No, no, American. One of the great
American.
American
50s, is it?
right.
50s.
Think so, aye.
Uh,
Yep.
okay, favorite building?
I think it might be the old um what's it called? Sorry, like the I was walking past the Mitchell last night and I thought,
Oh,
I
you
love
told me that
this.
before. I think I've asked you these questions before because mine is the thing in Rome, Pantheon.
Oh
Just
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love that place. Okay, favorite drug?
Oh, it is. Oh, it's always it's got to be your MDMA in it.
Okay, cool. Favorite drink?
I suppose it's terrible, but it's probably just pint of lac. You know what I mean? A pit Peroni.
A lager, pepperoni, cool.
Yeah,
Favorite food?
chips.
That's frita. I like it.
You can't
Favorite?
beat chips, man.
No, you
I've had
can.
chips about 5 times in the last 7 days. Had them on the way home for the game. We walked to the game, right? We walked to the game
All right.
from the tube. It was brilliant. He wasn't too happy because I said I'm sick of being in the car and getting caught in traffic and all that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just walk.
So we Colin got bike down to here, left his bike here, and we walked down to the tube. And see, walking back and all that was brilliant. It was like old
Enjoy
times.
it.
And then we got back in time. We got off the tube. The chippy was just shutting. He said, "I've only got enough for two." I said, "Can you split it between the three of us?" And we walked up the road eating chips at
Sick.
11:15. It was brilliant.
Oh man,
It was
that's
so
just came to my mind. Why don't I get we'll go and we'll go to the girls in green? Come on, you girls in green on Wednesday
yeah,
night.
yeah.
I could maybe get a flight if it's under 100 quid. That would be that just be nice to sit there and be in that atmosphere, you know. Chelsea
It
as
would
well.
be. Oh God! But the thing is, Chelsea will mollocate them. The
Oh
thing is, it'll not be.
really?
It
Uh,
won't be fun.
Not really about
I
that,
don't.
but it's just about the fans and all that. Because that atmosphere looked crazy at the last one. It was like,
Yeah.
they filled the whole Celtic end or the bottom
I
row.
think they're doing that. Are they doing that again? Aye,
It looks like it will be
because
brilliant.
they want to. That's what they want going forward. But people won't move out from behind the goal.
No, they need to do the next level. I suppose that'll be 10 years' time. They need to join the English League as well, but that's another story.
Yeah.
Favorite form of transport? I've asked you these before.
No, you haven't. The subway, I love
Right,
going on the
but you can
subway.
say your legs as well, but the subway's just been.
Oh, sorry, right. No, I love walking. I've
Yeah,
walked
your
loads
legs.
recently.
But
Walked loads.
I'm just looking at the subway. Have you been in it, the new one?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
cool?
It's quite weird because you can see all the way along there's no individual carriages anymore.
All right, it's going to be
It's all
automatic.
joined
They've
up.
got some guys in there, but they're going to make it automatic as well.
That's the
Scary.
problem with these things. Do you see that you
Yeah.
got automatic cars in America, the driverless taxis and all that?
Yeah. What about your favorite color? That's the worst question ever.
I suppose it's green, isn't it?
Green. Yeah.
Although I don't wear green, I don't wear a lot of
I
green.
quite like that color.
Yeah, that's a brilliant colour actually.
Mhm.
What's your favourite song? That's what I've got to know then.
Oh, song. Well, that changes all the time, but one that comes to my mind right now is like it's probably by a band I don't like. Oh, there's so many. I like so many. I don't know. I wouldn't like to say it.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you know that
Difficult,
one
isn't it?
song that I love? Cold-blooded old time.
Yeah, something like that. Smog's brilliant.
Cold-blooded old time.
I can't even. There was a song called
We should sign. I should try
Jellyfish,
and learn
Red
the word.
Spring Kiss. I like that.
All right, right.
Or
You should.
even 1979 by Smashing Pumpkins, who I hate, but I like this one song.
I know. We Colin used to put that in every kind of compilation tape.
Well, I'll tell you what it
It's
is.
a
It's probably
great
If You Want
start.
Me to Stay, Sly and the Family Stone. That's the best song ever. If You Want Me to Stay,
Right.
isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
I mean,
one
that
of me and Sarah's favourites.
never
Is
fails.
is a groove ever sounded so good? So kind of it just
It's the
grabs you,
way he
doesn't it?
sings it and everything.
I know.
Okay, favorite city, that's the 10.
Favourite city? God, it could be Paris, I think.
Less than a minute. Paris, is that? It's not really a city, but anyway, okay. Paris, the town.
Paris.
Oh, Paris. Okay, Paris. Wow. Okay. Right, we're less than a minute. So, well, I wanted to talk about Mary Magdalene and Saint Anna, but we'll have to do that next time. I love you.
Yeah, I love you, and thanks very much. Right, God bless everyone.
Yeah,
My
man.
dear, the children, Christmas Eve. That's my line from A Christmas Carol. And Tiny Tim says, God bless everyone."
God bless
Can't say
everyone.
fairer than that, can you? God bless
No,
everyone.
let's do it
God
soon. Next
bless
time you're,
Ugo. Right?
yeah. God bless everyone.
Yeah. I'm away next Saturday to